Hi, welcome to another episode of Ask Jeff and Lauren. We are here to answer your questions about the double bass. And today's question is from Abby, and she has a question. Jeff and Lauren, I've been playing bass in my school orchestra since I was 10, which is about 5 years ago. I play French bow, and the person who taught me bass was originally a cellist. Now, I want to go into professional music as a career, so would it be helpful for me to learn German bow as well? So this is really interesting because we've talked before about whether you should play French or German and the pros and cons of both.
Right.
But in terms of like a young professional or somebody moving into the professional field, what are your thoughts, Lauren? If Abby's already playing French bow and you know, has been doing for 5 years as far as we can tell, is it, you know, professionally, is there a benefit of her also learning German? What are your thoughts?
Well, I think that I think you should learn German bow, you know, be able to use it, because you're going to have, if you're going to go into music professionally and you're going to be teaching, which you probably will.
The benefit of teaching is huge.
Right. Not all of your students are going to play French bow. You know, you're going to have students that play French and German bow. And so knowing all of the technical aspects of German bow and being able to use it, that's important. But playing, as far as, you know, having the option of playing it in a professional setting, you know, I don't know if it's really so beneficial. I mean, you know, there are some orchestras around the world that have, you know, only French bow players and some that only have, you know, German bow players, and they want to keep it that way. But, you know, you should also play to your strengths as well. And if it interests you to learn German bow, there are a lot of people that can play both and can play both great. But, you know, that's something that maybe I would think about down the line. You know, you don't necessarily need to think about it now when you're still learning. I definitely wouldn't try to pick up another type of bow or another, you know, wildly different technique right now while you're still learning and developing. Stick with what you're good at until you feel comfortable trying something new, you know? So there's a lot of benefits of playing in an orchestral setting with a German bow. But again, a lot of fantastic players that just use French bow. So
yeah, I think really you've covered everything there, Lauren, actually. It's a great question. It's one of those things where, you know, there is a benefit, particularly as a teacher when you're, you know, I found that for me, that's probably one of the main motivations for learning French bow has been that, you know, that I don't really play French bow, so I bought one relatively recently for the purpose of teaching. And I think also you learn more about the mechanics of the bow. I think it's interesting to kind of look at it with fresh eyes. You know, as someone that's been playing for a while, you then have to sort of review all of the mechanics because you're doing it in a different way, but you're trying to get the same results. It's really an interesting thing. But I don't think that people are turning up at orchestras and one day there's someone saying, hey, today we're playing French, hey, today we're playing German. I don't think it's not that kind of thing. And I think your advice on about Abby continuing to focus on French for now is probably where I would go. But if she has, you know, an interest in it and she has access to a German bow and wants to spend some time, sure, that would be fine. But I wouldn't start switching it up actually in the concerts and things. So Abby, you know, it's great to hear that you're so into your playing. Keep practicing, you know, and like, you know, keep doing all of these concerts and stuff. It's really great to hear that people are, you know, getting out there and learning the double bass. So yeah, we'll see everybody next time. If you have any questions, you can leave them in the comment section below.